Okay. Welcome back to ReZero Anime Review, episode number 22. This one discussing the 36th episode of the series, The Taste of Death. Yep. So, this episode begins exactly where last week's episode left off, and believe it or not, where a few episodes back left off. Subaru going to Beatrice's library, only this time he's not covered in blood this time, unlike last time. This time he's here to get Beatrice. And she reveals about the whole contract thing. She's in a contract with Elena, aka the Witch of Greed, to watch over this library for 400 years. Even though she does upset about it, she basically is contracted to this forbidden library. And of course, Subaru tosses away the book that she has, and well, she wants basically free her from this. And then Elsa comes in. I'm like, okay, what again? At least that Beatrice obviously asked the question, like, how did you find this room? She's like, well, found it at random. I studied the rooms. That's kind of what she said, but that's paraphrasing what she said. Basically, she's like studied all the doors. She has had to guess, which is a lot better than it was last time, where she just randomly walks in and Beatrice has absolutely nothing. At least this time, she's not here to just kill Subaru. She's here to kill Beatrice, because Beatrice, her deepest desire is to disappear. Basically, to die. Though thanks to Subaru's distraction and, of course, her casting a spell, he's able to get out of the library and get her out of the mansion where she has a partner. And they meet the partner, and it was the blue-haired girl from the village. Melanie. Yep. She is working with Elsa for some reason. And she's a man-based user. And they still won't reveal who the person who hired them was. So, then, well, despite the fact Beatrice kind of did turn Elsa into purple statue, she's able to come back, though she basically takes off her cloak. Yeah, somehow she's able to revive herself. And she stabs Beatrice through the freaking back. And she disappears, making this the first time ever in the series we see an on-screen death for Beatrice. And then Subaru gets stabbed in the eye, but before Beatrice dies, she transports him back to the sanctuary. Also, Francesca and Petra are dead. Yep. Apparently, Melanie decided to massacre the entire freaking village off-screen. And he gets transported there, and he's basically in kind of the same dungeon he was several episodes back. He gets out, still bleeding, and he proceeds to tear off one of his sleeves of his tracksuit, cover his eye up, and then he runs into Emilia. Also, it's snowing. Yep, it's snowing for some reason. Well, they explain later it was actually Roswell who did this. And the reason, because he did this because he wants to isolate Emilia. And Emilia is apparently oblivious to the fact that Subaru is bleeding. Well, at least missing an eye. She says nothing to it at all. At least Garfield managed to say something. Of course, then Garfield goes to Roswell. And, of course, Ram is there. And they have a conversation. Of course, Garfield is upset the fact he's doing this. And then, of course, with Ram right in front of him, he proceeds to stick his hand right through Ram and Garfield, killing them. Well, kills Ram. Of course, Garfield tries to transform to look like he's trying to heal her too, but Roswell ends up killing him. And Subaru's like, why'd you do that for? He says, so we can have a proper discussion. Where, yeah, he knows all about Subaru, basically his loops. He knows about the whole he doesn't say return by death per se, but he does know all about it. And the fact this was basically that the reason why Beatrice died was because that was her dearest wish, to disappear. And Elsa was one fulfilled it for her. Like, why just kill her? And after they talk for a while, then the Great Rabbit shows up. Yep, the Great Rabbit shows up. And Subaru's like, why don't we just set our differences aside? It's like, okay, but this is going to be the end of my presence. So don't worry, you'll be able to start your own loop. And he doesn't restart by the end of the episode. Nope. Of course, Roswell gets eaten. And then he gets basically his limbs are torn to shreds. He's bleeding. He's barely awake. And Millie is still oblivious to the fact that he is bleeding. Yeah. Also, she confessed to him she loves him, which not yet per se. He does confess to her in the next book, basically about that. Yeah, he does. I know because I read it. And then the episode ends with him in you having sitting in Amelia's lap as a lap pillow, and well, we see his legs where they basically been torn to shreds by the Great Rabbit. And he's like, wait, when he sees the Great Rabbit, wait, it's only the second day. What are they doing here? And well, he does explain that Daphne explained about the whole Great Conscience thing, something they explained last episode, and that's where the episode ends. Quite oddly that they end on a cliffhanger like this. At least the case of last week. At least last week it was a hopeful ending, bit of a cliffhanger, but that's the end of this week. Now this episode pretty much adapted from the rest of Chapter 3, and from what I can tell, probably stopped about halfway through Chapter 4. I would not be surprised if we have 2 more episodes. Yes, I do think we're probably going to have 2 more episodes. Yes, so I don't think next week will be the conclusion of this. Adaptation of this book, no. I think we're probably going to have 2 more episodes. And then that'll be it for about 3 months. Yeah, because the series doesn't resume to January. Well, I think the episode overall, I think it's a good episode. Even though it kind of goes a bit quickly. And at least the stuff is explained here a little bit better than was last time. Some stuff happened, like Elsa going to Beatrice's library, and Beatrice say nothing about it. At least this time she actually bothered to do it. And I love the fact we give a development for her, and then we see her die. That was a first. Though seeing Petra die again, that was something. I think this is like the second or third time in the series she's died. Francesca, I think this is the second time she officially has died in the series. Because she's never officially died. I mean, she's never had an on-screen death before. I know Amelia has several times. And as for Rem, of course, it's not surprising Melanie doesn't know who Rem is because she basically lost memories and her identity, so they don't know who she is. It's implied she was killed, but they don't really go into detail about it. Also, apparently, because Petra was her friend, she basically was suffering. She killed her very quickly, is what Melanie said. Am I going to look forward next week? Yes, I am. But not much else to say about this episode. It's good. Just can't wait to get past this. We get to basically a book, basically. I mean, yeah, 2 more weeks of this, and then basically ReZero take a break for a couple months. Yep. So yeah, that's it for Sigil Review, and that's probably going to be it for videos today. I don't think I'll get time to do another video tonight. I highlight that. I'll probably do another video probably tomorrow for Naruto, okay? See you next video. And probably Comic Corner, okay? See you next video. Bye.